Hi guys. Now, my advice to somebody who is around 17 years old, because I'm at the age of I'm 27, so I'm 10 years older, and this is what knowledge that I could give to somebody who's around that age. My first advice to you, if you're 17, is whatever you do, take it seriously. As in, if you're in school, take school seriously. Get the best grades that you can. You don't have to get A's. If you can, do it. I encourage you to be the best person that you can be right now, because the earlier you start, the better you will become right now. If you're in sports, play the best games that you can be. Be the best player that you can be. Always elevate to be the best that you can be in whatever that you do. Do not slack off because you feel as if you have some notoriety. Do not feel complacent slash lazy when you feel that you are successful, because you will be humbled in that way. Another piece of advice I would give you is, if you start working early, like let's say 18, 19, whatever job that you do, gain some sort of skill set from that job. If it's a cashier job, figure out how you can handle cash more accurately. Figure out how you can bag more bags in a better way. Figure out how you can talk to people in a more positive manner, in a more polite manner, and always be enthusiastic about what you are doing, even though if you don't like it or not. And if you don't like something, change it. There's no need for you to stay in something that you do not like. You're young. It is now your age to experiment different types of fields that you are going for. So if you're going for this job, let's say this cashier job didn't work, try going for sales. Say if sales didn't work, try going for communications, where you can talk to people and just get to know people. Try and figure out something, but staying in something that you hate will literally make you miserable the rest of your life, and it will carry on to you for the rest of your life, and you will be stressed out, and that stress will end up hitting your mind. Once it hits your mental health, then it's going to be bad for you. My third tip for you would be to save all of your money. As in, once you start working, save it, because you never know. When you save your money, it will save you. As in, you never know what situation could happen, and you now have no money to your name, and you have no savings to your name, and now you have all these bills coming up, and now you can't even afford to pay them because you wasted all your money. Now, my fourth advice is to do not try and compete with others. Do not keep up with the Joneses. If the new pair of Jordans comes out and you want them, if you can afford it, buy it. But if you have to borrow money from somebody to buy what you want, then do not buy it. Because the reality of you buying a new pair of sneakers to look good for one day, guess what? The sneaker, somebody might get jealous of you and just smush it and make it dirty. And guess what? Whatever price that you bought that sneaker for, when you go to try and get money back for it, it is not going to be the same value anymore. So therefore, do not try and keep up with the Joneses. There's always going to be a new product. There's always going to be a new phone. There's always going to be a new pair of sneakers coming out. There's always going to be the new nice outfit coming out. So do not keep up, because you're just going to keep chasing the materialistic thing that will run you crazy. And you don't want to be crazy at that young age. Nowadays, you want to just be able to save your money, buy things that are necessary, and buy them cash and buy them outright. And you don't have to have no debt, because when you have debt, it is the worst feeling ever. You have debt collectors calling you left and right saying, hey, you didn't pay your bill on time. Then you have letters coming to your house, and then you have so much letters to the point where collections may come at your doorstep saying, hey, why didn't you pay? You gotta pay now. You don't want to go to collections, so therefore do not keep up with the Joneses. Another piece of advice that I would have for you is, when you get a credit card, whatever you buy in that credit card, make sure that you have the money set aside for it before you buy it. I fell in that trap, and it was a painful financial lesson that I had to learn. Just because you have a credit limit of $500 does not mean that you have $500 to spend. it means that you have $500 to lend, and if you don't pay me back on time, I get to charge you for every time that you do not pay me on time. So some credit cards are different. Some have 10%, some have 5, some have 15, depending on what credit limit that you have is the percentage that they charge you based off of how many times that you've missed your payment. And make sure that you pay off your credit card on time before the statement hits, because then you will get points knocked off on your credit score. Your credit score is basically a number system where it shows how accurate you are and responsible you are at keeping up with your bills and keeping up with your financial statement and your money. So the higher the credit score, the more people will respect you. The lower credit score that you have, the less respect that you give. Because the lower credit score as 500 below, that means that you're either not paying your bills on time, that means that you're not paying them at all, and it just goes to show that you're irresponsible because your credit card tells you when exactly to pay it off. So therefore, pay your bills on time so that you don't have to have a low credit score. And plus, when you have a credit score that is was once in the 700 range and it drops all the way down to 500 because you're in a struggle financially, it's the worst feeling ever, and you don't want to go through that. Now, my fifth tip for you is to have a dream that you should go for, because you don't want to fall into the trap of just getting a job just to work for somebody else, and you're working for the rest of your life and you feel as if you're in a trap, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't see any progress in your life because you don't have a dream. Do something. Whatever you're passionate about was in high school, do that. Whether it was sports, do that. But make sure when you pick something, you need to go your absolute hardest in it so that you can actually achieve and show something to the world. And my other advice would be to keep good people around you. You always want to have people to cheer you on. You always want to have people that will vouch for you, that will always make sure that if you need a favor, they're there to help you. And there's somebody you can trust, you can talk to about anything. You know, people mistake having a lot of friends that they're the coolest person in the group because they have a lot of friends. I would rather have a couple of friends, maybe 3 friends the most, that truly believe in me, truly trust me, and I trust them, and they support what I do, and I support what they do, and everything is not an uphill battle. I don't have to fight for them to agree with anything that I have, because guess what? We're all on the same page and we're all on the same team. There is no I in team, so therefore we're grouped up and we excel and we do everything together, and everything is better when you have more people on your team. You can't do it all by yourself, so therefore that's why you need to have a team of people. My next tip, number 8, is to always seek happiness. Seeking happiness is what's going to get you out of any terrible situation that you're in. You know, if you don't seek happiness, then happiness is not going to find you. So, but those are my tips if you are 17, because I am 27, so that's 10 years ahead. And always keep an eye out on the opportunity. Look for opportunities everywhere. They're always around you. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can start now. The earlier, the better. So I hope this video helped you out. And thank you for watching, and have a good one. Let's go.